I think last year it was a good feeling because I knew we were a young team and we went far. But this year, all of us being seniors and it being our last year, I think we just really want to end with a bang.
I think the goal this year is definitely open division playoffs. And then once we get in, just trying to make a run, trying to make a name for ourselves.
He led California in tackles last year. I feel like he's doing it again this year. He's definitely on track.
I knew I had the reach from last year. I knew I had like the brain to play linebacker. I just didn't combine that with the athleticism. I think this year I'm coming different because I just combine both those things and I'm just flying around.
I just think we have to put trust in everyone else on the field. Like me, I trust my linebackers. I trust my D-line. I trust my secondary. And when that happens, I feel like we're a really hard team to beat.
Man, in our secondary too, make it kind of easy to cover. We got Carter, John Chung, Andrew Rocha. All those guys can go play college D1 sports, so it makes it easy for me to play in that defense.
That was just a really good play by Mitchell. We had one-on-one coverage, press inside the 20-yard line. Like, we're gonna target that every time. So I mean, that's a great throw by Mitchell, and I'm glad that I could go make a play.
We had a tough loss week 1, but I think we kind of needed that to humble ourselves because we're a talented team, but it doesn't matter unless you put it together and you play as a team. And ever since then, we've just been trying to not even prove other people wrong, we just prove ourselves right because we know what we can do when we come together and practice hard.
We feel better. I know that we're better. Everyone on our team knows that we're better.
Going forward, I think you're going to see a lot of wins, a lot of physical football, and a lot of big plays.
Shout out Mitchell. Shout out Shay. That's it. That's all I got.
Hello and welcome to Get Sports Focus. I hope you enjoyed that little piece that we just put out there. Sacred Heart Prep is doing really good, and they have a big game against Los Gatos this coming Friday, and I think I'm going to roll up and see how that game goes before we go to the Sarah St. Francis game. But this is week 4 now, and I got a lot of things coming at you. Obviously, we have the GSF Weekly Awards. That's going to come right after this. I also have Bryce Luna from St. Francis stopping by. He's one of our GSF 5-star athlete, and we're going to talk about his most recent announcement on Twitter, on his social media. And also I got Coach Andrew De La Cruz joining me. We're going to be doing some predictions for this Friday. We're going to see how it goes. We used to do this thing back in like 2015, 2016, and yeah, it worked out really well, and so we're bringing it back. We're going to see how it goes. I feel like this year I am very connected with some of the teams and very well informed with some of the things that are going on in high school football in the Bay Area, but we're going to keep it small. We got 10 games to predict, and that's about it. And that's pretty much it. Make sure to follow us on social media at GetSportsFocus, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and especially our YouTube page. And don't forget, GSF Senior All-Star Game, we are taking nominations and selecting players. Head on over to GetSportsFocus.com to nominate your senior athlete. We are looking for 100 players from the Bay Area, hopefully the South Bay and the Peninsula, to play in this game. And if you're a mother, a father, a coach, an assistant coach, a parent or a teacher, a guardian, and you have somebody who is all-star caliber and deserves that one extra game at the end of the season, make sure to fill out the nomination form at our website. All right, here we go.
Get Sports Focus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Ike's Love and Sandwiches, championship level sandwiches every single time. Weightsandbars.com. Build your home gym and shop locally from the Bay Area's best fitness equipment experts. And by South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust.
We'll start with the coach of the week, Keith Holden, head coach, Half Moon Bay. Half Moon Bay is off to a great start, defeating Mountain View 37-30 to stay unbeaten at 4-0. Senior PJ Modena led the Cougars with 3 total touchdowns. Congratulations, coach. You definitely deserve the Ikes. Offensive player of the week, QB Mitchell Taylor Sacred Heart Prep. He completed 8 out of 12 passes for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nothing crazy, but pure quality. They have a very balanced offense, but when they need that big yardage play, Taylor can deliver.
I mean, I'm getting time. My receivers are wide open. They're trying to play us in man with no safety. I mean, that's what's going to happen. They just
Defensive Player of the Week goes to the Royals junior linebacker, John Stowers. 6'2", 240. He is a massive dude. He averaged 18 tackles per game, and he got 17 against Silver Creek. He also got 5 TFLs. Congratulations, John Stowers. Overfelt Royals. Offensive Lineman of the Week, Carlmont Scots center, Gino Dimauro. Let me tell you why. Gino went up against one of the best, if not the best linemen in the CCS and handled himself well against Santa Clara's big defensive front. Congratulations, Gino. You are the GSF Offensive Lineman of the Week. Defensive Lineman of the Week, Westmont improved to 4-0 after beating Piedmont Hills 31-21. Defensive end, Tamba Bangurah got the honors thanks to Coach Mark Kanapu. He told us the junior was consistently making plays in the backfield, plugged his gap well, and was part of 3 sacks and 4 tackles for loss. Great job, TB. Special Teams Player of the Week. This is a good one. Joseph Chavez, Folsom. He made the most important play in the Bulldogs' 23-15 win over Pittsburgh. His blocked field goal led to a 75-yard scoop and score by Ayreon Smith in the 4th quarter. So who got the hustle play of the week? Aaron Smith. We got to give it to Smith. That play defines the award, period. Hustle play of the week. 6'3", 180-pound athlete. Got the scoop and score heads up play. Great hustle play. 23-15 Folsom over Pitt. And shout out to Mitch Stevens for letting us use the video. Great job, fellas. You deserve to eat. Game changer, senior P.J. Modena of Half Moon Bay. Yes, he led the attack with 3 total touchdowns in their 37-30 win over Mountain View High School. Check this out, 29 carries, 285 yards, 3 tugs. Shout out to our top dog, Owen Miller, for the connection. He too had a pretty solid game on defense, 8 tackles to be exact. They'll take on MA in 2 weeks on the 30th. Now, before I move on to the next segment, we have some merch available. Come get your stocking stuffers for Christmas early and pre-order some GetSportsFocus merchandise. We're trying to raise money to buy some new equipment, so yeah, what a better way to do it than to sell some items so that we can keep doing what we love doing. Thank you in advance for your order. Moving on. Waiting for Bryce Luna to join me. It is week 4, and so far we have 4 MVPs, 4 GSF MVPs. Week 1, we have Ayreon Dickey from Menlo Atherton. Week 2, we have Molidi Saleh from Wilcox. Week 3, Jesse Herrera, Pioneer. And this weekend, week 4, Mitchell Taylor, Sacred Heart Prep. That's a good looking group right there. But I just want to give a shout out to those 4 guys because they really did their thing to start off the season. Oh, there we go. Bryce Luna is just about ready to join me right here. Bryce is a very talented athlete. He is a football player and he is a wrestler. So this Friday is going to be a big weekend. We have the Sarah Padres going to St. Francis. It's going to be another entertaining game. It is our GSF game of the week. And in preparation for this weekend, I was just scrolling through Twitter and I found a tweet by one of our GSF 5-star players, Bryce. He tweeted something that has to do with next level stuff, and he is now joining me via Zoom. Bryce, can you see me?
Oh, what's up, Alf?
What's going on?
Good. We're all good down here.
Man. So I was just talking about the upcoming game with the Sarah Padres and the St. Francis Lancers. It's going to be another big matchup. It's going to go down to the wire. We did some predictions. I'm not going to tell you what I predicted because now you got to watch.
That's all right.
But that's St. Francis stuff. I want to talk about you.
Yeah.
In preparation for this, I actually was going through Twitter and trying to figure out what happened this past weekend, and I saw a tweet from your account. Why don't we start with that? What is new, Mr. Bryce Luna?
This past weekend, I took my first official recruiting trip to Army West Point in New York, and it was a success. I'll tell you that it was fun. Guys were all welcoming. The coaches, they loved having me there. The other recruits, there was about 9 other of us, and
wow,
4 of them have already committed alongside me. So it was a dream come true, kind of.
Yeah, I saw the tweet. I saw the picture. You look great, man. I was like, whoa, he looks official.
Yeah. I mean, they are one team, and they are a brotherhood. They bring everyone together. They have team meetings after practices too. Saturday practices are hard too. They go about 30 minutes of physical drilling and then an hour live practice. So they're just like down here. So
I see. Well, I'm proud of you, man. For those of you watching this and you have no idea who this young man is, this is the CCS 120-pound champion, and he finished 4th in state last year. That's big time. And he just said he's going to Army West Point for a wrestling scholarship, correct?
Yeah.
Are you going to be playing football too? I mean,
that is an option there. Yeah, I was just at the football game too on Saturday. I was on the field talking with coaches still, so nice. It is an option. I'm staying in contact with both the wrestling and football coaches. So
nice. Well, I mean, let's see. I don't even know where should we really start. Why don't we do wrestling? Since I met your dad through wrestling, so why don't we start with that? At one point, there were 3 Lunas at St. Francis, correct?
Yes, that this past year, Matthew, the freshman, me as a sophomore, and Ryan as a senior. So it was a pretty exciting year. So
that's awesome, man. Having your brothers there with your actual brothers.
Yeah.
In the same school, in the same sport, football. And wait, your oldest brother, he didn't play football, right?
Ryan did not play football, which honestly my dad kind of regrets not having him do to create a more friendship around. But he's still in contact with those football players that he met during the school years through his 4 years. So I think it was a good fit for him anyways.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that he had a senior year, unlike the other guys. I remember Karsten 2020. I mean, this was right before COVID. He had that crazy match against Los Gatos. I mean, he dislocated his arm. If you look at the video,
they popped it back in. Yeah.
Popped it back then, kept going. I was actually looking forward to his senior year, but it didn't happen because of COVID. So that was a bummer. But I'm glad your brother had a senior year. And he's doing well now, right? He's in college.
Yeah, he's at Presbyterian in South Carolina, so he's doing real well down there.
Nice.
So they're not going to redshirt him either because they want him wrestling.
Nice. So tell me about wrestling and how you guys got started wrestling as a family.
It is a family. It's a family thing. My dad started when he was in middle school, so transferred over to high school. He was pretty good in high school, but he didn't go to college for it. So, and now he worked us into it when we were 3 to 4 years old. He actually bribed us with ice cream to go to practices and stuff. So he said, you don't go to practice, you don't get ice cream. So I think that was the trick to getting us to wrestle. And honestly, it worked because me and my Ryan are going to college soon. So, well, he's already in college. So.
And Matthew's probably going to go too.
Yeah, Matthew, we're working on him. Yeah. So he was just a freshman, so I mean he did well for a freshman, his first year in high school. So, and he didn't cut any weight. So,
oh, he didn't.
No, Ryan was actually the one that cut the weight. So Matthew just stayed at his regular weight. I mean, he beat the 12 seed. So
wow. So is he just gonna keep going?
Matthew will probably keep growing, but I think this year we'll definitely cut him down a little bit so we can get up into them placement rounds.
Wow. Man, I would love to visit your house and see what's in the fridge.
There's not much, I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're little complainers around when it comes to food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, but no, that's exciting, man. I mean, it was. I remember when your oldest brother was a freshman. And, you know, I mean, everybody talks about the freshman coming in. It's like, oh, this guy's good. And I was like, and it was cool to follow him all the way through. And now we have you. Talk about your experience last year, going to, you know, blowing through CCS and then going to state.
Yeah, it was an exciting year. I mean, I had a rough start in the beginning at DAWG. That was like right after football season. So we were kind of just seeing where I would fit in the weight classes. So I went 126, first tournament of the year, big one, top in the nation. So I had to work my way around that. Then I found out where I would fit in and took it from there. Went to Temecula, did real well over there. So we found our spot there. And the team, we are doing good all around. WCals, we're not really, we're beyond that. We want CCS. CCS is where we want to go, and then hopefully take more people to state this year. I feel like we have that spiritual in us, and that can lead us all the way. I'm just trying to be a leader just like Ryan was, that created this dynasty for St. Francis back up since 2010 maybe. It was a great experience, though. A lot of more people coming out this year, so it's going to be fun this year.
From what I remember, so my oldest son, AJ, I got his poster up there. He wrestled, and we went to a tournament, and I think he was still in JV when we went to this one particular tournament. And St. Francis had 2 teams, JV teams, and you guys had like 20 people.
Yeah.
Almost like one for each weight class, plus a few more, you know, like 2 per weight classes. What's going on there? Like, how are all these people getting in the wrestling? It's exciting. It's cool. Yeah. These are boys and girls that I saw.
Yeah, Ryan was he started it. I mean, Coach Cobb, Coach Muleman does a lot of recruiting from the football players too. Nice. So he takes freshmen and advertises our wrestling team throughout the football season, and actually a lot of them did come through with it. So I mean, we had Caddy, who was a freshman last year. He won WCals last year, so he's definitely coming back out. The girls team, we are definitely working on that, but they can be pretty solid.
Nice. No, that's exciting. So how many guys on the football team are on the wrestling team? Gotta be a good number.
Right now for varsity, it's me, DJ, Max, and Ryan Overwise Manion, and I think I'm trying to get my friend Christopher Quinones out there. So we'll try and work on his footwork in there in the wrestling room too. So
yeah,
I mean it's helped DJ a lot. coming from freshman to senior year now, he's gotten better.
I think wrestling and football, especially if you're like a linebacker or maybe even a lineman, to go through that experience of like one-on-one battle, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it benefits them the most. And I always try to encourage those guys, like, do you wrestle? That would be my first that would be my first question. If I see a big dude, it's like, oh, you play football. Do you wrestle? You should, especially if they go to like a good school, a good wrestling school. Like, they should really be part of that. And I'm glad your school is like, it's taken off when it comes to that, because that's awesome, man. I mean, I know MA's got a good women's program, and if you guys build that up, I mean, you can challenge them, and you know, that's awesome. So when football ends, you go straight to wrestling.
We go straight to
like
wrestling.
You don't do wrestling while you're still in football.
No, we don't. Like, like at the end of the year, when we get close to the end of the year, like some of us in the wrestling room will come in early in the mornings before school, like at 6 o'clock, wrestle for an hour, and then go to school, and then after we'll have football, and then we'll just repeat that cycle until football's over.
I see. Man, so where do you find time for yourself, for homework, for social life? I mean, I don't expect to be a wrestler, and it takes a lot of you know. I mean, it
takes a lot of energy. Yeah, and like coming home late too after wrestling practice. Thank goodness there's not much traffic on the way home from Mountain View to Gilroy. So, but yeah, we do stay up kind of late most nights getting our homework done. But since there's days in between to get homework in, so we can go to bed early and then get up early again. Yeah, it's rough.
Do you drive now?
Yeah, I've been driving since freshman year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Man, so I mean, I remember when you joined our 7-on-7 team, you were with us for a little bit and then you disappeared because of wrestling season.
Yeah, the 3 weeks.
Came back and I'm just like thinking, I was like, man, where does he find time to do all this?
Yeah. Weekends is definitely where I get my free time most of the time. So like I'll probably normally try and get homework done on the Sundays when we didn't have anything, and work everything in on a Saturday. So I do have time to get my work in sometimes.
Nice. So as far as so wrestling, I know high school wrestling is one thing, and then there's the off-season wrestling. Do you do a lot of off-season wrestling too?
I do a lot of off-season wrestling. So in this, like during 2020, during COVID, me and my family kind of built a little we tore down our barn and created our own little gym complex out of it. So a lot of wrestlers will come down to Gilroy and wrestle from the team, get better. We have our coach Jake Tannenbaum. He'll drive down and coach us, wrestle with us in about an hour and a half. I mean, we get a lot of work done in there.
Now, you mentioned Gilroy. Isn't there a good wrestling team in Gilroy?
Yeah, Gilroy High School. Yep. Yeah.
Are you connected with that community at all? Are you guys connected or?
We're a little connected. I mean, I'm good friends with Daniel Cormier still, so we text back and forth a couple of times. He congratulated me on my commitment to Army. So, and then Kyle Crutchmer, who doesn't coach there anymore, but you know he stays connected. They're a good community though. I mean, we still got friends over there.
Yeah, I want to visit that facility that they just opened up. Yeah, I think like last year or 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Man, flies.
Yeah. But yeah, my little brother Hunter, he still trains down there with DC's little middle school academy. So
wait, there's another brother?
Yeah. So the Hunter's the last. Hunter Luna is the last one.
I didn't know that. That's awesome, man. So wow, that's crazy. That's cool. Well, something to look forward to. There's definitely like a dynasty. Now let's switch to football a little bit. you guys got a big game this Saturday. I mean, Friday. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's Friday night
Friday
at St. Francis.
at St. Francis.
How is football going for you? And I know like there was a switch as far as your position. I was a little surprised, but I was like, yeah, I like that move.
Yeah, coaches have been switching me around, seeing where we could find holes in the offense. I mean, they love playing me all around. They had me running back, then they switched me. I was at strong safety on defense. Then during the summer workouts, actually, they were like, it'd be a pretty good fit is at the D line with your quick feet, hand movements from wrestling. And so, I mean, it did translate. I mean, they taught me a lot. I learned the new position. So when I'm at strong safety, I know their position, know my position. I could also help my teammates with it too, just to confirm things, make sure all alignments are good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I was happy to see that. I think it's a smart thing, and I think this game's gonna be big. It's gonna be one of those games. This is a championship game, man.
Yeah.
Really
First W count one. I mean, both teams are really excited. I know we are, and I know Sarah is. So it'll be a fun one to watch.
Definitely. Now, as far as your goals, I know you verbally committed already to the next level. But how did you get here, man? Like, what's been driving you? What's been the driving force? Who are the people, most important, influential people in your life that got you to where you are right now?
I think it was definitely the transition from working practicing at Gilroy to moving to AKA, where Daniel Cormier originally had his facilities. So, and then he brought in Kyle Crutchmer from Oklahoma State, and then Nick Pincinini from there, Jacoby Smith, Kyle Driscoll from Oklahoma. I mean, they definitely helped me reach my limits of potential during my wrestling career. And then I just took off when Ryan made the dynasty at St. Francis. And then honestly, for me, it's kind of my mindset that drives me to be who I am on and off the mat. I try to not worry about the fans or whatever in the stands. I try to just do me and make sure my opponents just know who I am on there.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, I did see you during the football season last year, and I met you actually during our 7-on-7 stuff, and I knew you were a wrestler, but at that point, up to that point, I never saw you wrestle, like in person.
Yeah.
Still CCS.
Yes.
I remember seeing you, and I'm like, whoa. I have never seen Bryce like that.
Yeah, I
mean, you were intense, dude. And I mean, I forgot the match. I'm like 6-3 or something like that. You dominated the match, but it's just it was cool to see a different side of you. That was just like totally different. I was like, whoa. And I remember going back to the team. I was like, hey, don't worry about Bryce, man. He's got some cool things going on.
Yeah, I definitely have a different style and mindset compared to my brothers and my teammates. I mean, I just go out there and do my thing. I just want to try and put on a show for the people too. I mean, people definitely say I'm one of the meanest out there on the mat, and that's one of my motives, trying to go and put pain on people. I mean, nice. I want to try and make them quit out there.
Nice. No, I love it, man. Entertain us some more. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the rest of the football season. Obviously, football season is going to end, and it's going to be wrestling season. We're going to have our sevens, but I'm going to try to make it out to some of your tournaments during the year. Now, for your tournaments for wrestling, are they all like the regular tournaments, like in the California? Are you like national, where you're going to go out of state and do all that?
Like for the first couple tournaments, we'll be in state. We'll be at DAWG in Clovis and all that. It's gonna be at Clovis High School, so we'll be there, and then we'll travel down south to Temecula Valley for Battle for the Belt. and we'll pretty much be all over California.
Nice.
But I don't know if we'll probably be in Nevada too this the first week when we
The
wrestle.
TOC, Tournament
December.
of Champions.
Yeah.
That's always a good one. I've been there twice. It was just too far, but I mean, there's some really good wrestling out there. I think CCS is gonna be solid this year.
Yeah.
Between some of the WCL guys and the Gilroy guys, I think it's gonna be solid. So, man, well, I mean, thanks for doing this, man. I saw the tweet. I was like, I gotta hit you up, and I'm glad that you were able to make some time. I know it's a big week for the Lancers, and anything you want to say? Anybody you want to say thank you to before we wrap this up?
I just want to say thank you to my parents for getting me here. I mean, they really put a lot of time and money in getting me to tournaments, practices, and seeing that my hard work has paid off has really given them, and not having to pay for the college either. So that really helped them out a lot. So, I mean, they do a lot for me. And then my brothers for being there for me all throughout my years of wrestling. And, I've always been the quiet guy in the group. So I'm off normally by my side, to myself. So, I mean, them still being there with me is something that I'll cherish forever and take it to college too.
That's awesome, man. I normally would end it right there, but there's a question just popped in my head. I met your dad. I mean, I've talked to your dad a few times. Your dad is super cool. He's involved. He coaches, right? He's a coach.
Yeah.
He also helps out with the school. And I remember during our sevens, like, he was always around, and very, very supportive. And I see how involved they are. I mean, I didn't know there was a younger brother.
There's
middle
a
schooler.
Yeah,
that's insane, man.
Yeah.
Where did they have time to,
I don't know.
That's crazy. But my question is this: what would you tell other kids' parents as far as what would be your advice to parents of young athletes?
I would say you gotta know what your child's interest in. I mean, our parents kind of led us to this interest. I mean, let them find their path of who they want to be and what they want to do as they grow older. Because some of the kids may not like the sport that you liked. I mean, my parents got lucky that we liked the wrestling part for my dad's family. So, I mean, you could also bribe them with ice cream too. So that's another way. That's another way. That's a main thing. You bribe them with sweets, you're gonna get them to like the sport. So
that's classic, dude. That's classic. I love that. Well, Bryce, I'm glad you are on our team. It doesn't matter if you're on our team next year or not. You'll always be a GSF 5-star. And I'm gonna hook you up with I gotta give you a present, man. I gotta get our guy to create a custom GSF 5-star wrestling singlet just for you. You can use it. You don't have to use it.
I'll be sure to wear it. I'll be sure to wear it one time.
Dang, man. I mean, dude, this is awesome. I mean, thank you for making the time, and I'll see you Friday. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm glad we got to talk. So,
yeah, I appreciate it. The guys back home at West Point were pretty excited for me when I told them I had an interview. So they're pretty excited too. So they can't wait till I get out there in 2 years. So,
man, and it's gonna go like that, man.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we're gonna do one of these. It'll be after you won a state championship in the back room.
Yeah. I'm definitely chasing that goal next year. I mean, I got so close last year losing the semis, but I mean, I could definitely win it the next 2 years, probably back to back, hopefully.
Hey, man, I believe in you. We're all pulling for you. and we're gonna be watching in the next couple of years, man. It's gonna be awesome. So, all right, I'll let you go. Go do some homework.
Yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do.
All right, take care.
All right.